Hi, Lisa. Well, hi, Levi.
Hello.
You're back from Alaska.
I sure am.
Yeah. Wow, we got everybody down here today. And we got a big show. We've got, as promised, we got Wilma, we've got Lionel, and we have Smokey up here in Colorado. The biggest disappointing part is the snow all melted yesterday in Colorado. But that's probably why they're here. They got a short window. So anyway, we're gonna since we didn't get our guest in time, we're gonna say eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and who to pick. And I'll let Lisa unmute herself so she can pick. That way, we know nobody gets beat up.
Oh my goodness! Looks like we have the every corner of the United States covered here today.
Yeah, we got a crew from around the country, don't we?
Yes, we do. How about if we start with Lionel?
Okay, well, that works. And we've got a video for Lionel, and somewhere there he is, and we'll bring him up while the video plays. Wow. Hi, Lionel.
Hey, Lionel can't hear you, but I think he's doing good. He
looks awake. How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing good.
Good. Wow, you made it. That was good.
I did. I had ordered takeout for 1 p.m. and was waiting 50 minutes to pick it up.
Oh, that's no excuse. Kevin went and got the dog groomed and got back. Wow. Well, I'll tell you, he needs a little puppy skills. He doesn't know you're not supposed to put the puppy's nose in your mouth to play.
My neighbor was like, she deserves it because the Marlowe was biting everyone else all the time. So it's the first time she experienced it.
Oh, so Lionel just kind of gave Milo, is that?
Marlowe.
Marlowe a taste of his own medicine.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, well, I guess there's nothing wrong with that, right? Except for one little problem. Everybody blames the dogs if somebody gets hurt. So
True.
what can you tell us? What more can you tell us about this boy? That video covered quite a bit, which we may have questions on too.
Sure. He is just a sweetheart. I think, he's made friends all over the neighborhood. He loves people and dogs, has great interactions with them. He's been well socialized. And yeah, no, he's just really a sweetheart.
He's a young one.
6 months. I've had him since he was 4 months old. So
Okay. We're gonna fill in for you. You kind of lost your video there for you're kind of froze up just a little bit. You must be on Wi-Fi, but we'll fill in for you. I think Lisa will fill in for you anyway, or maybe Levi. I'm just a dork.
Oh.
So now, how does I think he's the one that does well with kids, huh?
He is. He's got. Yeah, he's got the kids on our walks. I don't have any kids to interact with, but he is good with people all ages. He's very gentle.
Okay, that's not working. So,
Oh, you can't hear me?
well, you're frozen.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's happening there. At least you are to me. What about you, Lisa?
Yeah,
And Levi?
same thing.
Okay,
It's
all right.
kind
So it's not my internet this time.
yeah.
No,
It's
just super
not my
choppy.
fancy but gigabit internet this time. So we're gonna let Adam refresh himself. He was gonna look at this, I'm sure, because he seems like that kind of guy. So I'm gonna let you go back down and see what happens with StreamYard. Is if you're on Wi-Fi is not stable. They need stable internet. Okay, so we're going to come back to you hopefully, and if you're still around. So, but yeah, you're freezing pretty good.
Okay.
You're freed up now. So I'm going to take you down. All right.
Okay.
As soon as I figure out where you are, there you are. All right. So that gets awkward when we have to do that live, doesn't it?
Right.
So now we got, we're going to bring little Miss Wilma up, and I'm going to tell you what, that girl just does it for me. I'll tell you, she is one beauty. And so we'll get her video going. We'll get Kevin up here. So while, and then Lionel, he can give me a signal because I can see him down there. I know he can hear me, I think. So that way we'll know when to bring him up. Here we go. Hi, Kevin. Whoop, where'd he go? I didn't bring him up. Hi, Kevin. Let's try that. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, it looks like he's muted.
Yeah, Kevin's muted.
Sorry about
There you
that. Now I'm back.
go. Oh,
Sorry.
now you're all set.
There we
And
go.
we're gonna make her a star as soon as I find you. There we are.
Yeah, she just got back from the groomers. I wanted to get her all nice and pretty for this, and she's just being stubborn and not wanting to show herself, even though she's all clean.
If I would have known that, I would have said, it'd probably be a bad idea because groomers stress them out. That's why they go roll around in the mud. They're de-stressing.
They said, which I was surprised about. They said she was super calm and super. Come on.
Nice tail.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
That's the first time you've seen that video, isn't it, Kevin? I didn't have time to get it to you.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, here she is. She's being.
How'd I do on it?
Look, there it is. There's the paw.
There she is.
That's
Now, how old is she? About 5?
About 5 or 6. I'd say somewhere in between that.
Wow, we got a dog. It's not a puppy on the show.
She acts like a puppy, if that counts. I mean, she loves to play. She loves her play times for sure. Ow.
Now she's the super cuddle bug, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a big. I mean, she's sitting here. She just keeps hitting me with her paw because I'm not giving her to stop.
And how gentle. Now, the video showed a young child that she was actually laying with in bed, and so she's that gentle that.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's our kiddo, and yeah, she'll lay in the bed with her. I mean, sometimes the kiddo will want to play, and sometimes Freya. So also Wilma, Freya. She went through a name change, but Wilma was her official name. So if I keep saying Freya, I mean Wilma. I'm sorry, but yeah. I mean, whenever we would put the kiddo down for a nap, sometimes she would just want to hang out in there, and she's really pawing today, and she would just lay in the bed with her.
So are kids a requirement, or can she do without them?
She can do with or without them. I mean, she's fine one way or another.
And what about cats?
Honestly, we've never had cats around here. The only time she's ever interacted with cats is seeing them on like a driveway or whatever during a walk. And whoops.
And how does she do?
God.
Wow. She's got the peer paw down pat, doesn't she?
Oh my God. Oh, I mean,
nice work. That's a learned behavior. Good job.
Come up here. How about that? You can climb on me. That way you don't have to paw me. Oh no, yeah, that's her.
She looks my Sasha, somebody
there she
else.
Goes.
There. Oh, that's a good view of her. Look how
girl.
beautiful. Remember I told you she just does it for me. And she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. I mean, now that especially that she's all groomed, she's got like her, her nice white coat. I mean, she's a gorgeous dog.
Wow. She's beautiful. I've got a few pictures of her down here too.
Look at her.
I like her pants.
Yes, yeah, her pantaloons.
Do you have any questions, Lisa, for Kevin?
So, Kevin, you said she's about 5 years old, right? How about during the day? I know I have a 6-year-old, and after her walk in the morning, she's pretty much quiet all day. Tell us about what a typical day looks like for her.
So, usually I've done 2 walks with her in the past, and I've started doing 1 walk with her and then letting her. We have another dog. He's younger. He's about 2. So I'll do 1 walk with her and then, an extended playtime out time with the puppy. And, they'll run around, chase each other in the yard, and then she'll just kind of plop herself down. And then, if she gets her walk,
just like that down there, back behind you.
Yep, that's pretty much it. She'll just do that. And it's like usually she'll at some point she'll probably roll over on her back. So we'll see. But usually, once she gets like her playtime and her walk in, and I usually walk her about a mile round trip, it's like, no, she's calm as can be.
Good. And so on a leash, any concerns leash walking, riding in the car?
Riding a car, she's fine. The only concern leash walking, and I haven't been able to figure it out. I've had dogs in the past that do it, but if a big car is coming down the road, like a truck, specifically the bigger, like the truck, so like a FedEx or a trash truck, she'll start barking at it and she'll pull a little bit. And I don't know if that's a fear thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, so if it's a regular car, usually she'll just kind of watch it. If it's like a big diesel loud truck, she'll start jumping and barking.
And it's the sound. That's what it is. So if you get her good with your trash man, there's your tip of the day.
Yeah.
And usually, you can see and hear them coming. So usually like her harness has a little like handle on it, and I'll just hold on to that and stand next to her, and that'll
either that or buy some skis.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Oh man, she'll give me a run on those for sure. But
all right.
It's good. So if she sees other dogs on walks, she'll want to bark and go sniff them and stuff. She's never she's never shown aggression to any other dogs. There have been other dogs that have, been typically, kind of barked or tried to assert dominance. And she usually just, if they try to assert dominance on her, she won't fight back, but she won't stand for it. She'll just kind of distance herself and be like, all right, I'm done. But
well, she has a Great Pyrenees, so you can't take that all the way to the bank and cash it. So, now, can she be an only dog? Because she's been around dogs. Can she be an only dog, or should she have another dog there?
She'd been an only dog before, and I think she can still do it, but I think she would shine better with another dog because she does like having some form of company, whether it's a person or a dog around. So I think she would shine better with someone or another dog to socialize with.
Now, we saw on Lionel's video that he liked basketballs. What does she do? Does she have a fun little gotcha?
She's not super big into toys. Her thing is chase. That's like specifically keep away. When it's time to get her inside or get her in the kennel or whatever. Then she thinks it's a game, and then she kind of plays like, well, if you want to get me, you have to catch me. And so we have a pool in our backyard, and she'll stand polar opposite of the pool. So if I'm at the front, she's at the back, and then if I try and walk around, she'll just match. And she has her butt in the air and kind of prancing around, thinking it's a game. And it's like, no, get inside. But she's like, she does enjoy her chase and keep away. She'll play. She's played with tennis balls and rope toys before, but after about 2 minutes, she'll just forget about it.
Yeah. Now, Sharon's got a question. It's a general question, not necessarily for Lionel. I mean, not necessarily for, sorry, Wilma. But she wants to know if 6 is considered a senior for peers. Now, I've got my opinion, and I'm sure every rescue has their opinion. I did read somewhere that it was in print that somebody said 6 was senior for dogs. They forgot to ask the Great Pyrenees.
Mm-hmm.
Because we consider, I believe Judy can reinforce it too, but they're all opinions, I think. But we've always thought 8 was a senior. All right. You're shaking your head, Lisa.
Yeah, that's my understanding also. I don't know if I read that somewhere or was told by somebody.
And I don't know who makes the rule.
Right.
If 6 is senior, then she's got a young soul in her, because she's, like I said, she'll play. She's ready to go.
They didn't ask the Great Pyrenees. I don't know of a 5-year-old that's not ready to go.
Oh yeah.
So.
And she's really family ready, right?
Oh yes.
Kevin, yeah, with the environment she's been living in.
Yeah, and she'll if there's if you have a yard crew or delivery, she'll bark. I mean, she's a peer. Obviously, she's gonna bark. So, but whenever we've had new guests and stuff come in, the knock on the door, of course, will send her barking in alert mode. And then once we open the door and we welcome them into the house, she'll go right up to them and just smack her paw on their lap and just be like, all right.
She punches them.
Oh yeah, the second they sit down till it's like watch TV or hang out, yeah, Freya will come up and just do the paw on the leg and just look at him, be like, all right, you're in my house, it's time to pet me. And yeah.
Okay. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where you apply for Wilma. Now, will her bio be up pretty soon? Because I don't think she has a bio up there, right, Kevin?
I can update it. So I know I'd sent you the little one, and I'll just expand on that, and I can get that to you by this afternoon/evening.
Well, you don't get it to me. Somebody else does that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You don't want a bio for an adoptable dog on New Hope Behavior Consultants website. You may not get any applications. Then again, you never know. I mean, Rena says that she is so pretty. She is, Rena. Boy, I'll tell you, she really, really is.
And she's a little for Pyrenees. She is a little bit on the smaller side. I think it said in the. I don't know if it said in the thing. She's her weight when we took her to the vet was 68. And so
68. Okay.
Well,
so, I mean,
what did he think she was at a good weight?
Yeah, I mean, they said she was a good weight. She's not super tall compared to other Pyrenees. I mean, she's a little bit shorter. I mean, our puppy, who's a pure boxer mix, they're almost the same size in terms of height and stature. Okay. She's just, got the fluff and he's got the, big chest, skinny waist because boxer versus she's more just pillow. Yeah. So.
And look how mellow she is.
Oh, yep. This is once she likes it.
There you have it. You got Wilma. Okay. She's a superstar. It said so in the video. How you like my effects in the videos now?
A+.
It's a shame my video card on this machine doesn't carry it that well. I lost my good one. It died. So heavy graphics are hard on your video cards. Second tip of the day. Levi, do you have any questions for Kevin with Wilma?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
It's just that it's nice that
Good.
she's a pocket peer, which is always cool.
Yeah, well, you have one of those too,
super
don't you?
chill.
You have a pocket
mine's only 54 pounds.
Now, he just got back from Alaska yesterday, and that's why his dogs are carrying on. They missed him.
Yeah, they're super chatty, and then we just have another thunderstorm rolling in. So
really?
I know. Yep. So we just finished one.
Well, if you got a problem, just mute the mic. If you got to go,
yeah, that's what I've just put in on mute when they're getting a little chatty. But
okay, is that you got anything to add, or you guys? Because I want to get Lionel back up because I don't think PYRescue and Sanctuary in Colorado is going to stand around for too long for us because they got the star of the show.
One more thing to add in before I get out, just because Levi mentioned it about thunderstorms and stuff like that. As far as I know, in terms of thunderstorms, fireworks, anything like that, they don't face her at all. I mean,
really?
Yeah, thunderstorms. She'll go out if it's raining. Sometimes she'll just sit in the rain, and I'm like, dude, come inside. Like she's getting wet, and she'll just kind of look at me. So,
all right. Now, does she do that so she can get a back rub with a towel?
Yeah, probably. She's smart like that. She's clever for mischievous stuff like that.
All right, cool. I got one that used to do that too. She finally gave up on it because, well, it started snowing instead. That's why. But anyway,
all
right.
She loves when the weather gets cold too.
So, what's your schedule like? You gonna be able to stay up for the show so everybody can watch or sleep?
I could maybe stay for about 5 more minutes. The kiddo is stirring, so I'm gonna have to go get her. But I'll hang out for 5 more minutes. And
well,
show
I'm gonna move you over to the side. We're gonna bring Mr. Well, actually, down to the bottom. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We're going to get the puppy back up here. Everybody loves a puppy, but puppy's got some competition here with that one now. So, hi there again, Mr. Adam. You're muted.
Yes.
Let's try this again, right? I can't unmute you since you muted you. They don't give us that ability. Click on your mic. There you go.
There you go.
First time you've been on StreamYard, I take it.
It is.
Now, Kevin's a pro. He's been on once before. He had another foster, Jerry.
Yeah. Kevin also looks like he has a producing studio.
He's a personality on, what do you call it, Kevin? YouTube or something? Anyway, he does stuff on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's got his own show. So, Mr. Lionel's back, and you look a lot better. You're not freezing.
Good. I turned down the resolution. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Lionel is still feeling sleepy.
What's he mixed with? Are there any guesses?
I mean, he has a more lab-shaped face, but
I think he's got an Akbash-shaped face myself, personally.
Could be. He's going to be big, though. He is
tall, big.
Tall, and so he's 6 months, and he weighed in at 69 pounds.
Oh, wow. Wow,
and
not an Akbash.
He has bigger paws than my 120-pound Great Pyrenees.
Well, I can't say Akbash don't get that big. On average, they don't. Judy had one that was bigger than my 160-pound boy up here in Colorado, and that was an Akbash. So they grow them bigger up in Colorado, right? So what kind of home do you think he's going to need?
I think he'd be good with a family home or and definitely another dog.
He needs another mentor, doesn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somebody older than Marlo, right?
Correct. Yes.
All right. You want to ask him questions, Lisa? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Adam, if you had to describe Lionel in 3 words, what 3 words would you use?
What's that?
Silly, sweet, and gentle.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he just like I mean, he's also, I think, an old soul. He's a great dog.
Just doesn't have puppy skills. Nancy wants to know if Lionel is in Texas, and Wilma too. She wants to know about both of them.
Yep, both of them are in Texas.
Okay, all right. So there's your answer. And This is actually I missed one for. Oh, we asked it. So phew. Because Rena is not the one I need to miss a question on. She'll beat me up. I had to make a New Year's resolution not to get beat up by girls anymore. So, how does she? Do you have any cats? You got cats there?
There's a few stray cats around the neighborhood. He has had good interactions with them. One of them is senior and sleeps on a door stoop, I think. And so he's very gentle with her, walks up, sniffs her. She doesn't really care.
Now, in that video, we're seeing some very strong relations with your one peer that you have and him. Wow. She's his mentor, or she shows him the ropes?
Yeah. So Madison was a foster. I had her for 7 months from about his age last year, and she became a foster fail. And she is very motherly with the fosters that we've had. She likes to get into the crate with them. She's just they. On the short car trips we've taken, usually they sit together, keep each other calm. So yeah, she's a great mentor for him.
Okay, because when I started seeing that stuff in the video, that's going to be a foster fail, and I don't think Adam's going to have any say in it. It's going to be Madison. Bob says hi from Virginia.
Hi, Bob. Yeah, I think so. That would make 4 dogs for me, which I learned traveling for Easter is one too many.
That's all you have? Come on. Judy has more than that in her back room.
Well, it would mean moving to the country and getting like 10 acres, I think.
Well, apartment would probably be a bad idea, but they don't need no 10 acres unless that's what you want. But yeah, apartments usually not the greatest, but so now is he ready for adoption now?
Yeah, I think so. I think now would be a great age for him.
Perfect. All right. So he's 7 months old, and he actually does have puppy skills. Has any animal or human ever felt threatened by him?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're still on a roll, Lisa, the perfect peers. GPRS has been on a roll. So, wow. Any last words to add before we move on to Colorado? You better put your jacket on. We're going to Colorado next.
Uh-oh.
Great. No. I mean, I think he'd make a great Colorado dog.
Really?
Or Pacific Northwest.
Or Pacific Northwest, yeah. So she's in Texas, and there is transport Pacific Northwest, if I remember right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now, how long have you had her or him?
For about 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. A puppy lasted 10 weeks. Usually they get snatched right up. Come on, folks.
Right.
Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org, in case you forgot, apparently. So, well, we're going to get the Colorado Peer Rescue up. You get to meet Peer Rescue. They're facilities based, Adam. And they're up there, way up in the air. They had blizzard conditions, I think she said day before yesterday, and then yesterday it all melted. They're having weird weather.
Weird weather.
Well, Judy, hi. We can hear you.
Hey,
All right.
can you hear me?
We're going to make a trade. How about that? Am I on the right camera? I don't think so.
Can you hear me okay?
I got to fix it here. We got to get the other camera. I didn't know which one to bring up. Boink. We'll bring this one up. Does that look better? Oh, there's Smokey. Oh, I didn't play his video. Hang on, Judy. You're going back down.
Okay.
This is important, all right? And this video, because I thought I was going to get in trouble, and actually I didn't. Here is Smokey's video. Wow, that was something. Now I don't hear Judy. Do I got to bring the
Not
other
talking.
camera back? Okay, there you are. Well, don't hear you. I got to bring that one up. There we go. Try it again.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. I had to bring both of you up. Michael.
Oh,
and
okay.
Dave. But we
So
hear you
anyway,
fine.
yes, Smokey's doing pretty well. I mean, he's healthy. Doesn't really have anything other than the neurological stuff going on with his rear end.
Okay, I got to mute one of these mics. Probably that one. Okay, try it again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
There we go.
So, man, distemper. That's
Yeah,
something else.
it's a weird disease.
And
And
with the
he
simple
was, he came in, he was really sick for, a couple weeks, him and his brother. And we got him all healed up and that was the end of that. And everything's been going great for a month and a half or so. And then all of a sudden, just a couple weeks ago, he started just having some real issues. His back was all hunched and his hind feet were not functioning really. He was tripping over his own feet and falling over and all that. And, initially I thought, well, maybe he had an injury, but I couldn't figure out how he could have gotten an injury because him and his brother were in a quarantine kennel, not exposed to anything or anybody else. So I took him to the and he x-rayed him and all that. And I think we decided that it was, the worst possible thing is that he was having a reoccurrence of the distemper virus, and it was the neurological effects, which is not unusual for distemper to come back weeks or months later.
Is that why he walks funny?
Yeah, we're basically doing physical therapy on him, but there isn't really a lot we can do other than just give him a lot of short walks, because kind of the goal is to retrain his brain and kind of reroute the electrical signals that are not really connecting real well, and hoping that he can kind of learn to walk again. So he's still pretty weird in the house.
Is it windy out there? Is that what we're hearing?
No, it's actually pretty still today.
Well, then I don't know what we're hearing.
Rock? We're walking on rock.
Is he adoptable? Is he up for adoption? How's that going to work?
Well, right now I've got him on a medical hold because I just want to make sure that this is not going to get any worse. And I think we want to see how far we progress with getting him mobile as well as we can.
Okay.
There's a possibility we can get him all the way past this and get him back to normal again. And there's a real possibility that he may have some big issues the rest of his life.
Looks like his
But
walking
he's
has
not in any
improved.
pain.
Looks like it's
It has
improved.
I hope that, he'll do better. But, yeah, there's a possibility that he may have some.
Awful noise coming in with you. I gotta try something. I'm gonna mute yours and unmute whatever. As soon as I find her. There we go. Now say something, Judy.
Okay, can you hear me?
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yes, and we
Much
don't
better.
have all that noise coming in with it.
Okay, I'm getting like an echo.
That's
I'm
because
hearing
you're-
myself
Yeah, and I don't know why.
or two after I say it.
I can't have you on that other speaker. It was killing everybody.
Okay,
Hell,
I don't know what that
We
could
had
be.
120 people flee.
Wonder if
There's a question
my
for
hand?
you. What other issues will he be facing? What will a
Well,
doctor need to look for?
there's no cure for distemper. There's nothing that we can do to prevent this.
Well,
there's nothing we
well,
can do
a
to really
simple
fix this.
A vaccination would have prevented it.
Well, yeah. But there's no way for us to keep him from getting any worse, having another neurological event. or, we really can't predict anything.
Right. Well, I got a question. I know somebody else has a question too. How did you come to the decision? Because usually, in a lot of places I know, if a dog has distemper, that's a death sentence. But yet here we are, and you didn't put him out of his misery because of he wasn't in misery.
No, well, when I first took them in, they both went in the day after I got them. And the original symptoms were vomiting and diarrhea, which I, of course, thought was, oh God, this is parvo.
Parvo. Mm-hmm.
And since we had parvo puppies here last August, I thought, well, the best thing I need to do is run them to the ER. So when we got to the ER, of course, I had to wait forever to get in.
That was my next question.
And they both stopped vomiting and having diarrhea.
Wow.
But then little Smokey here started in with respiratory stuff, which was not what I expected with parvo.
Right.
And they did have a snap test for parvo, and they gave it to him, and they said, no, they don't have parvo. And I thought, well, great, what is it? So, by the time we finally got in to see the doctor, she said, I suspect this is distemper. But they don't have a snap test for that. They had to do a culture and send it off to a lab. So they treated him for distemper until we found out for sure what it was.
Mm-hmm. Now.
And then, of course, we got a big surprise because he had 4 other respiratory diseases besides distemper.
Wow.
That's $1 million dog now, isn't he?
And it was about $8,000.
I think he's worth it. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
See, there
in fact,
wasn't any hesitation.
he was in the ICU for 4 days. And I'm kind of, and the first couple of days were pretty dicey. And, I'm thinking, number one, I like these puppies and I don't want anything bad to happen to them. But then on the other hand, it's like, we've got so much invested in these puppies, they better live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell them to do their job or you want a refund, right?
Yeah.
So now it came back neurological. Can it come back again? You said there's no way to predict it, but do they have an average that they've been watching or anything?
Not really. I mean, he could have another neurological event, or this may be it.
Okay.
And his brother, Bandit, has never had any neurological stuff.
Okay. Well, he had a lighter case of it though, if I remember right.
Yeah, he, the day that I went to the ER, they sent Bandit home with me and they gave him a bunch of drugs and stuff, but he didn't get the respiratory symptoms until probably a week or 10 days later.
Okay.
And his were fairly mild compared to Smokey's.
Now, they weren't the healthiest when they got picked up in Kansas either, were they? They were
Well,
underweight.
this is what we suspect is Smokey had a bite wound in his neck. And when the shelter in Dodge City got him, they kind of superficially treated the bite wound.
Okay.
They said, oh, this looks like it's been there a couple of weeks and we'll put some antibiotic cream on it and shave it. And I think they gave him 10 days of cephalexin so it wouldn't get infected. But I guess it did not occur to them that whatever bit him probably gave him distemper.
Right. Well, it's not every day you get to see a real live distemper survivor.
Right.
Okay. Do you have
Well,
any
the
questions?
odd thing is I've had a few distemper survivors here, but this is the first time I've ever had active distemper.
Right. And that was a problem in itself, wasn't it? Because they were on transport with other dogs. They came out of a Kansas shelter. That was an issue, wasn't it? You guys had to stop.
Yeah, in fact, I just talked to Tony this morning, the gal that I got him from. Get a lot of dogs from Dodge City.
Right.
And she had actually texted me and asked me how Smokey was doing, and I called her. And the male that came in with Smokey and Bandit,
yeah,
he tested positive for distemper, and yet he never had a single symptom of anything.
Oh boy.
Mm.
And he
No.
needed a FHO done. And some nice lady could not stand the thought of him being put down. So she bailed him out of the shelter and raised the money to do the hip replacement on him. And about 2 or 3 weeks later, she took him to her vet and had him tested. At that point, he tested negative.
Wow.
So that was weird.
Interesting.
Wow. Now, Bob says that he thinks distemper while being treated will take 2 to 3 months to recover.
Well, I mean, obviously,
I
this
don't
guy's
know.
still recovering.
Well, yeah. But
he's put
so
on
I
a
don't
tight.
know.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
the last month and a half or two, he's been excellent
Okay. Wow.
right up until this happened.
Yeah. Now, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the shelter had to euthanize every one of their dogs, didn't they?
It's a small shelter. They normally only have like 20,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there was 8 or 9 that got put down.
Yeah. Still a lot of lives over a vaccination. Just over a vaccination.
And the reason for it is because they have a shelter, they have no isolation,
Right.
and they can't
And
afford to
no
have
money. They have no
dogs
money.
that are contagious.
Mhm.
So, Levi, do you have any questions for Judy?
I don't have any questions at the moment, but I did just do a quick peek at just like not only symptoms and moving forward, like the future of animals with distemper, and certainly to not speak here as a medical professional,
Right.
but just for Smokey's future, whoever does end up taking him into their home, there are different like holistic nutritional ways that we can at least hopefully mitigate either some of the symptoms or at least not make it worse. And just to briefly list off a few, trying to avoid anything that's got like a neurotoxin in it, which will usually be your harsh like flea and tick treatments, and then like a traditional way of healing a body part. And again, this is not a cure, but a way to hopefully either better it or prevent sliding backwards, is to treat like with like, is what we call it. So for especially like a neurological issue, I feed my dogs powdered brain.
He's got his voice.
Yes, he does.
He
He's
sounds
so
like a big
handsome.
Yes, he
He's
does.
trying to be a big dog.
Yeah.
He's a big dog. But I feed my dogs New Zealand calf brain, and then I also buy pork brain for my dogs. So I feed my dogs brain. And then there's a different like other medicinal mushrooms you can do, and this is all completely optional. And again, this is not a cure. I am not stating this is a cure, but just different ways that we can bring him a better food to the table for his future.
And nutrition means
Yeah,
a
I've got
lot.
a gal that does body work.
Mhm.
She studied a lot of Chinese acupuncture,
Yeah.
a lot of that kind of stuff. She's been coming out working with him.
Very good. And it's even as well that because distemper does affect their immune system, we want to do a lot of antioxidants, especially like your fresh fruits and berries, and then probiotics rotated throughout his gut system, just to hopefully keep him on the up and up.
Well,
And
Levi
these are
we
just
came
need to
in
give
with
him that.
a lot of knowledge like he did last time, didn't he, Lisa?
Yes, I love it. I'm
Yeah.
writing it down.
Yeah. I might get replaced. He's-
But it's just that with our animals with health issues, again, I'm not saying, because I'm not a vet, I'm not saying these are meant to be the cure, but because our animals are eating every single day, who would have thought they have to eat every single day? If you are feeding them less great food, or just put it straight, if you're feeding them garbage, they are going to feel like garbage. And so the best we can do for them, especially when they already have a couple health issues here and there, is to work with them and not against them.
I agree.
But I don't have any
Just like
questions
training.
on this.
How about
Yeah,
that?
just like with training.
Yeah.
You can't teach every dog the same way.
That's right.
Just like you can't feed every dog the same way.
Well said.
Now, wow, Adam, do you have any questions by chance?
Yeah, I was wondering if Smokey and Bandit were bonded eventually to be adopted together, or
No, actually, Bandit was adopted 2 weekends ago.
oh, wonderful.
Right, and he's mingling with Felix, wasn't it?
Who? Smokey?
Smokey.
No.
Oh,
Felix is too wild for him.
Oh, Felix is too wild. Oh, that's right. Felix is wild, man. That's one I got to tame. By the way, everybody, just so everybody knows, FYI, we're going to, on the 9th of May, we're going to be hosting the show right from Colorado.
Right from here.
Yeah. They invited me out, and they made it where I couldn't say no, but I've wanted to go out there anyway. That's why I went down to GPRS headquarters. She had a few dogs that were long-term. They were worried about them and wanted to get them adoptable. And I believe they're all out of there, all but one anyway. And Judy has some long-term dogs and wants to see if we can figure out what's going on there. So I'm not going on vacation. Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
I'm trying to get Smokey to come to me with a treat, and I got 3 presidents' voice here.
Yeah, the other dogs heard you because they can hear 6 blocks away. Anyway, wow. But anyway, now. Did you say that Titan got adopted already?
Yeah, he came in and was gone the next day. So
that doesn't happen.
But he's actually still here.
Right.
I've got to get him in for maybe shot before I can let him go.
Okay. Does he get tired earlier than before or anything, or have you noticed?
He does.
He does?
Yeah, we started out on very small and him a little bit today.
I think you're getting too far away from your from Michael. There we go. So, because I would worry about with the neurological, I would be starting to worry about muscle loss.
Yeah, that's why we're taking him on like half a dozen small walks a day.
Gotcha.
We kind of agreed that that's probably the best physical therapy for him.
Okay. Now, to the best of
And
your
I think
knowledge,
for him, it's just teaching his legs to walk right.
right.
And I think that's kind of exhausting for him.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a comment for Levi here. Sharon thanks you, Levi.
Yep, Sharon and I had a really nice talk about her last dog.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah. It's that lady. Okay. Hi, Sharon.
Yep.
Now, I forgot where I was with Smokey now. Oh, well. I forgot you could read that, Levi. He was in Alaska.
How tired he gets.
So, wow. Now, is the big expenditures over with him, or is that just a hope?
But that's a hope.
All right, but still, you need some donations, maybe in his name.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow. Sounds like you're independently wealthy. Yep, I don't care.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a really good point here.
Mark is. Whoops, sorry.
Yeah.
Mark wants to know if hydrotherapy could work for him. Can that be done? And then
Like
do you have
underwater treadmill type stuff?
Yeah, right.
Maybe swimming itself would. But because this is not a surgery or an injury, it's treated more like he just needs to retrain. His brain needs to retrain his legs to walk.
Okay.
So it's not really that he's in any pain at all.
Right. Well, I think Mark was talking about to try to keep the muscles from, to assist in that.
Right.
I believe that's what he meant. Yeah.
It could possibly, like swimming might.
Okay. And then Becky says that you can see a little hump in Smokey's back when he walks. I think that's just the way he's standing, isn't it? Hunchback?
No, he had a very hunched back when this started.
Okay, well, look at his legs. Look how he walks.
It's slowly getting better.
Let's get our vaccinations, everybody. This was one person that didn't vaccinate a couple dogs here that we know of. And look what happened. Shelter lost every one of their dogs. I know it was only 9, but that's still 9 lives. They all died.
And there were 3 puppies loose.
And
along
this,
with their
look at
snail,
poor
and they never
Smokey.
could catch the third one.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's
he sort
right.
of disappeared, so I suspect he may have died.
Yeah. Man, look at poor Smokey. He survived. But look at him. He doesn't know the difference. He probably doesn't know there's anything wrong with him. But every human that sees him is going to break their heart. In order to keep your heart from being broken, encourage folks. I know everybody that's watching our show, they vaccinate their dogs. I'm pretty sure of that. But
He's got all the sweetness of a puppy, and he doesn't have the energy to be naughty.
well, but you can still spread the word about vaccination. You just witnessed a distemper survivor.
Yes.
And do the vets think that, or do they even know, can he have a healthy long life?
Well, it's probably likely that he will live as long as he's would normally live, but he may just be a little handicapped.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool.
This is kind of like the same type of damage like you would find with someone that had a stroke.
Okay.
Or cerebral palsy.
Except distemper is preventable.
Right.
So anyway, now they were strays. In all fairness, nobody knows who the person was. Okay. But we just got distemper is not a fun disease. So
no.
Go for it, Smokey. We're rooting for you. Yeah. She thinks he's a sweetheart too. And his personality is just amazing. Is that what I'm assuming?
He is the sweetest puppy ever.
That's what Becky just said too.
Yeah.
You guys could have said it in unison. Wow. You any more questions back there, Adam? Yeah, your question was a good one.
Okay. No, I am definitely rooting for Smokey as well.
Oh, so am I.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw them the day they came in. You would have never guessed they were sick. How long before they started showing the symptoms, Judy? I don't remember what you said.
Well, they came in on a Tuesday, and I took them to the ER Wednesday morning.
Yeah. By the way, in Colorado, the ER vet. What time did you get there, Judy?
Probably about noon.
You got there at noon. What time did they get you in, Judy?
I finally saw the doctor about 9 p.m.
Jeez.
9 hours sitting in the parking lot with 2 sick dogs, puppies to boot. They could have had.
And it was freezing cold and snowing outside, and I had to keep the car running to keep it warm, and I had to keep the windows shut to keep the heat in, and it smelled terrible.
Yeah. The more I hear about stuff like that, the more disappointed in PACV I become. Because you're right, they're only there for keeping the rescues honest, it looks like. So,
I don't think there's anything to do with PACV.
Are you inside?
It had to do with the ER.
Okay. Are you inside the building?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Okay.
That was Dagmar that just walked in.
Oh, okay. I thought it was you. I'm going to say, you just left us out here with Smokey?
No, I'm right here.
All right.
Wow. I have a volunteer here.
Wow. Now, you had given all the volunteers instruction on what could happen. It never happened, did it?
Yeah. When I took him to the vet to make sure that this was actually distemper and not an injury, she did all kinds of x-rays, and she found that his bowel was really distended full, and his bladder. And she was worried that the same muscle set that was sort of paralyzed by the distemper may have affected his bowel and his bladder muscle. Right. So she kind of warned us that, he may need enemas to help him go. He may need his bladder manually expressed. So that was the big worry, because that's medical type stuff that could definitely affect him. But I think that either they got him jump started by giving him an enema and expressing his bladder, or maybe it really wasn't anything wrong with it. But he's been fine ever since.
I was going to say maybe he was faking it.
Yeah, well, the weird thing is they treated him as a squeeze him in kind of appointment. So I had to drop him off at 7:30 in the morning, and I don't think they got to him until that afternoon. And I suspect he was stuck in a little kennel holding it for hours and hours.
Wow. Plus, when they went to the ER, they had to sit in the car for 9 hours. I mean, if that was horrible, couldn't they have died in that amount of time?
Well, yeah, that's what really annoyed me.
And what was the explanation? This was emergency vet, right?
Yes.
There it goes.
And I think that they were worried that they had some communicable disease and didn't want them in the building.
Right.
But it's
But
still 9 hours.
they came out, they gave them a parvo test a couple hours after we got there, and they said, no, it's not parvo. And I'm like, great, can we come in?
Nope.
Oh, well, we'll let you in a little bit. We'll send someone out in a little bit. And it just kept dragging on.
9 hours. They made you wait in the car with 2 puppies sick.
Well, and what was even worse is last August, where it was hot outside, and I had 2 actual parvo puppies. They did the same thing to me.
Wow. 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 I mean, I don't know what to say. And they blame it on what, lack of assistance, techs maybe? Why do they do this?
They
'Cause you can't
basically
say
said,
they
oh, we
don't
were
care.
busy, but they weren't that busy.
Right. I guess I don't understand why it's an emergency. I mean, when we have out here in Ohio, we can get a normal vet appointment within a few days. Now, don't get me wrong, that's
Yeah.
just our area. It's not all more, there's other areas.
Well, everything
busier.
got worse when COVID started, and it doesn't seem to have gotten any better,
No, it hasn't.
which is stupid. I mean,
Yeah, well, you got to remember that's the same people that bought up all the toilet paper for an upper respiratory virus. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Anyway, wow. Okay, what an hour. Any questions? You have any questions, Lisa, for Judy?
I don't. Judy, thank you to you and your team for all the time, the love that you've been. He's definitely a sweet boy.
Sharon has a question
distemper,
well,
here.
I like it when we can save them.
Yeah.
Because don't dogs normally just die? Don't they just say we can't do this? And isn't it unusual for a dog to like Smokey to be walking around right now?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
because he had it?
Overall, distemper is about 75% fatal.
Yeah.
But that's, I'm assuming, without any treatment.
Okay. Wow. I don't know what to say. And he didn't have those symptoms that they thought he was going to have, the UTIs or the bowels. There, he said.
No, he
matter of fact,
didn't.
Nancy just said that they were all working fine.
That was a relief.
I bet, because that was going to get messy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yet you were still going to do it, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, ain't that something? That's rescue, folks. And Judy's not the only one that would do it if the situation was similar, I'm sure. And now, once again, it depends on the money. That's a lot of money.
You just can't give up.
Yeah, that you got what, $8,000 in it. What's his adoption fee? $1 million?
$350.
$350. So there you go, folks. A little bit of a handicap. I think that's worth it. Whoops, sorry, Levi. I'll leave it alone, Levi. Judy, Bob just wanted you to know he just donated to PYRescue.
Well, thank you.
All right, and I'm sure you can hear him or hear her. So, but yeah, that's
And
just.
if anybody wants to, we've got an Amazon wish list. We've got a Chewy wish list. So if anybody wants to buy some treats for them or whatever, we appreciate that just as much as cash.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I don't have the link to your wish list up here. I don't, but I got the donate. PYRescue.org /info/donate. And with Lisa's Rescue GPRS, it's Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org /donate. All right. Plus, Judy's got dogs in there too. While you're out at the website, you might want to poke around and look at the dogs. All right, Sherry,
yeah.
what are you saying? Thank you everyone for what you do to these beautiful pups, or for these beautiful pups. Sorry. Well, yeah, they do great, don't they? It gives the whole new meaning to empathy, doesn't it? Sheesh. I know most people, just normal people, that dog would have never left. So, but
Yeah,
Judy,
I'm glad we got him out before they broke with distemper, because
yeah,
if we had, I'm sure they would have been euthanize.
Well, yeah. The small shelters, they have to euthanize. They don't have the means. They don't, just like Judy said, they don't have the isolation capabilities. They don't have. They rely on the county. All right.
And the sad thing is they got a lot of dogs coming and going, and they can't expose them to distemper and send them out the door.
Right. Right. And Sharon did make another valid point. Pet insurance only goes so far. But you see, there's a possibility that if your dog comes down with distemper because you didn't vaccinate him, I believe one of the requirements with most insurance is that you have to vaccinate your dogs. Okay.
Yep.
And that's,
sure.
you get distemper. I'm sure you can get it after a vaccination, but the chances are way less. So I don't know what the percentage is because I've never looked at that. I do know rabies, the vaccination, they really did a good job on the rabies vaccine and then made it a law. It works so good. I mean, why would they have to do that? So, wow, what a show.
This part is, like a 5-way distemper, $8.
Yeah.
If you buy, give it to them. And there's
Right.
no excuse for not spending $8 on your dog to save him from 5 different diseases.
Yeah. How old were they when the shelter got them in Kansas?
We're guessing that they were born probably around just a guesstimate. So
I didn't hear your.
They were probably around 4 months old.
4 months? Okay, so they were old enough to escape then.
Yeah.
But I doubt that. I have a funny feeling
And apparently
somebody
they
just
had been running loose and spotted by people for weeks.
for weeks. That means they were even younger.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they were let loose or dumped or something. I just have that funny feeling.
Well, they've got a lot of backyard beaters or kind of junk around there. And I'm assuming that they didn't bother doing anything.
It's still no excuse to lose track of a 8 to 12-week-old puppy.
Yeah, we're 3 of them.
Yeah, we're 3 of them, right? Yeah, they never found that 3rd one. So, all right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. What a show! That was interesting. I knew it was going to be emotional for some people and interesting. And man, Adam, thank you so much for bringing Lionel on. Man, that's a good-looking boy too. He looks like you've done great work with him. We're going to bring him up so folks can say, "Bye, Lionel. Have a nice nap."
Lionel had a nice snap for the show. Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome.
Wow. Yeah, and I think Kevin might be watching. He had to go, but thank you, Kevin, for bringing Wilma on. She is beautiful. And so let's get the apps in for Lionel and Wilma. Wilma's not a puppy. I had somebody send me a message one time. Why you always got puppies on the show? I mean, I'm too old to get a puppy. Okay, well, we got an adult now. Now let's get your adoption application in. And there's plenty of adults at PYRescue in Colorado too, right, Judy?
Yep, we got a bunch.
Yeah, you got Obi-Wan. I can't wait to meet him. That's where I want to sleep, by the way. I want to sleep with him.
Felix,
Did you just, the sun looks good. I didn't think we was going to see that much sun in Colorado.
Yeah, it's actually about 50 degrees.
Good.
Might
All
be able to
right.
show you what's left of the snow. Take a picture of that over there by the pump. This is all the snow we have left. So yesterday morning, it was about 6 inches everywhere.
You had 6 inches on the ground? Huh. So that was just a Wednesday for you, right? Except for the fact that it's end of April, right? Middle April. Everybody's wishing Smokey the best, Judy. So he's gonna do well. Everybody's wishing him well.
Yeah, I'm hoping he will get over it.
Yeah. All right. Are you guys coming on next week? Oh, you got to look at the weather report. See, she could be sitting right there in the courtyard, and there could be one time there's quite a bit of snow around. I remember that. And that's when you said that, man, we got to wait for the warmer weather. It was windy, it was cold, and we said, okay. So PYRescue and sanctuaries on in the warm months, and GPRS carries us in the cooler months. Okay,
That's the way it'll be. I can be on quite a bit this summer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you had been in the past. So, all right, 10 after. Everybody's gonna. I'm ready for a nap. And
You can join Lionel.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm gonna go curl up with Lionel, but don't forget to make me a bed in there with Obi, okay?
Yeah, he's excited.
Who's that?
That is one of the president's boys. That's Lincoln.
Oh, that's Lincoln.
That's Jefferson.
Jefferson.
That's two of them I got to work with. Is that the bonded pair? What about Gypsy and Duchess? What about Gypsy and Duchess? I didn't get my fix for them today. All right. Well, if she's going back to work, I think that's our cue. All right.
Yep.
That means shut up. So, all right. Wow, that was something, wasn't it, Lisa?
Wonderful show today.
I had never seen a distemper dog like that before.
I haven't either.
Survive. So
no,
that must be unusual. So I got Judy and them muted because we had started getting into a lot of noise, and everybody has dogs.
Right.
They would start singing a chorus line in dog language. So
That's why I've got Bluetooth in.
yeah. So if we don't, we wanted to, boy, with 3 dogs, we filled the show up and stayed, in my opinion, relatively interesting.
Yes.
I didn't start falling asleep anyway.
Great show today. Very
I was
informative.
up late last night making Wilma's video. So are you going to be available next week, Levi? We want to get a few training tips and maybe some nutrition tips from you.
Let me see.
And anybody that's watching, think up your questions, whether it be nutritional or for training. And
Yeah, I'm free.
okay, so he's free. He just checked. He won't be in Alaska next week again.
That's
I've got
correct.
one for you, Levi. You made the statement treat like with like. And so
Yes.
I want you to add to that for us next week.
Okay, I will.
Like with like. I like that. He's right though.
Yeah.
I want to hear more.
And also it's fun with fun.
Yep.
If you're
Right.
trying to teach your dog something new and they're not having fun, well, you may as well go beat your head against a wall. You'll get similar results.
Yep.
They got to have fun. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all about fun and interesting. So, wow, Levi's big hit. I like that. That's bigger than Roman was when we used to have him on the other show. Wow. Just wait till Roman sees this. He could be
Oh,
watching.
yeah.
Anyway. All right. It's time to go. I'm rambling now. I got to get
Time
back
for a
to
nap.
yeah, all of this.